We had a lot of papers stacked up. In fact, you could hear the rustle of the paper, and nobody said I did anything wrong, other than the fake news, which of course is Fox, too.
Welcome back to America Decides. That was one of several recent instances of former President Trump calling out Fox News. And today, Rupert Murdoch announced he is stepping down as chairman of Fox and News Corp Media Holdings. His son, Lachlan Murdoch, will now take over that media organization. The 92-year-old's relationship with Trump was obviously fractured due to Fox News' coverage. And last month, it was reported that Murdoch encouraged Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin to jump into the 2024 race. CBS News political director Fin Gómez is here at the table. Fin, Rupert Murdoch, 92 years old, but in no way really retiring from the political scene, has a heavy hand in politics, has a heavy hand in media. He's leaving the company, but Fox News remains a presence in the Republican primary. They're hosting a debate next week. But to what effect if Trump's not engaged with Fox News in any serious way?
Well, it still matters because you also have the rivals to Trump still going on the show. You see him every day. You see, Nikki Haley. You see Vivek Ramaswamy. He's on virtually every hour. You see, it's still.
But they're not picking up.
They're not. But
so does Fox provide the fuel that they really need, that it used to provide when we were covering 2012 and 2016. It seemed to provide rocket fuel if you were on Fox News.
Absolutely. In full disclosure, I did used to work at Fox, but it's different. It's different in those previous cycles. In those previous cycles, that was the only place to go to, right? Now it's more of a fractured on, if you have on conservative TV, you have Newsmax, you have, OAN, you have all these streaming.
Or former Fox News host Tucker Carlson on X.
On X. So it's just more distributed. It doesn't have that same sway that it did even in 2022 or 2016.
I think the Carlson development is so key beyond Murdoch deciding to retire. Carlson going to X. So many people who are close to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, they were expecting Carlson, if they played to him, if they had a relationship with him, at least professionally, in terms of getting his audience to pay attention to their campaigns, that would be something that there would be a Tucker Carlson primary within the Republican primary. But now Fox has exposure to Republican voters. A lot of them watch it. Millions of them watch it. But you see Murdoch, his hand, whether it's leaning toward Youngkin or anyone else, hasn't really gotten anyone into the double digits.
It hasn't. I mean, it also said that, I think, Bob, that also says a lot about this cycle, and just where we are with the cycle. And you also have the Trump trials and all these things, all these other factors that we didn't have before that are having an impact, you know what I mean? But I do think, but at the same time, there's still a big enough concentration of Republican primary voters that, it still matters. There's still sway. There's still an impact. You see it, and it wouldn't be, and Fox, and Trump still, he still appears on Fox, all the time, or at least sound bites or whatever it is. If you're talking about Tucker Carlson on X, like if you remember during the first debate, where did Trump go? He went to Tucker Carlson's show on X, and it got something like 100+ million views or whatever it was, and that is significant. I mean, it just shows that it is such a different cycle, but it still matters.
Lachlan Murdoch, any insights?
You can cue the Succession theme song, but I do think it doesn't. I think it will remain to see if he can still hold the same sway that his father did.
Well, I think it's more than just the sway. I mean, Lachlan Murdoch's going to have to make a decision. Is he going to be the next Rupert Murdoch, or is he going to bring it in a different direction? The separation of Fox and News Corp already has raised questions about how do the children really want to use these entities to influence. Rupert Murdoch, to see him retire now at 92, he's been such a singular influence on global politics. I mean, so many prime ministers in the UK.
Europe, Australia.
In Australia, where he started. He has been changing, and he has many critics who think his efforts have been harmful to democracy across the world. He has many fans on the right who think he has broken through with conservative media, and he has powerful assets, the Wall Street Journal, beyond the New York Post, beyond everything we've discussed with Fox News.
No, absolutely, and I also think that he also specifically with Rupert. I mean, even though he has stepped down, you mentioned Glenn Youngkin. Yes, it didn't have this huge impact that maybe it perhaps once did, but Youngkin is still being talked about, right? And there is some significance to that because the November 7th elections that we have been talking about this.
The challenge going to be, though, if he wins Virginia, if they win the General Assembly in Virginia, you have about a month before the Super Tuesday states have their ballot deadlines in December. So that'd be a rush campaign for Youngkin. If he got in, let's say in early to mid-November, he has really a month to get on.
But if he wins, like he can galvanize some voters to remember 2021 cycle, and it can cause a little bit of momentum for him.
Well, we'll be in Richmond, I'm sure, on election night,
Absolutely.
November 7th, 2023. America decides then, and America decides tonight. Fin Gómez, thank you.